Welcome Galactic family, believe in yourself. In humanity, everyone is becoming aware that there is no separation, since modern physicists have proclaimed this, often in public. However, the great majority of humanity has no idea what this really means. Those who are reading or listening to this and other more uplifting and inspiring blogs, know that it refers to the fact that there is only God, the Source, love, and that nothing else exists. A fact that even you have great difficulty in understanding its real meaning. That just means that separation does not exist. Everything is connected to everything, because creation is contained within the boundless and infinite field of love, beyond which there is no other. In fact, there is no escape from the Father/Mother/God, from the love, from the Source, because everything that exists is very lovingly kept within this infinite field in perfect alignment with the divine will of God, in infinite and eternal joy. However, as humans, they appear to be conscious beings in form, in a universe/multiverse of a myriad of physical matter types in which many other life forms also exist. Indeed, it is very confusing for you, because of the limitations of your human physical forms, by your own choices, impose upon you. Limits that, in many ways, are very evident in their daily lives, and then all die, because life itself seems to be limited in that of that. 2. There is no apparent escape. Fortunately, the apparent reality of all this is totally unreal. All that God creates is eternal, infinitely loved and appreciated, and lives in total and uninterrupted joy and harmony with Him, now and forever. There is no other place, everything is within God. What they experience in their human states is illusory, since they are constantly being remembered by many in the spiritual realms, and also by those who have chosen to open themselves fully to the field of divine love in which they are permanently embraced, and as reported by those who were awakened by some near-death experience NDE. If you do not open your hearts to the love and the loving embrace that God offers you in all the moments of your eternal existence, you will not be able to know and feel this love. There is no pain, suffering or punishment, there is only infinite love. They do not feel this, because when they chose to build and enter the illusion, they chose to hide from their natural states of oneness and the Father/Mother/God presence, the only state that exists. To awaken is to come out of the illusory experience of form, physicality, and all the limitations and sufferings inflicted upon you, and become, once again, fully aware of your divine and eternal natures, of your oneness with the Source. Dreams always end and the dreamer always awakens. Humanity is now in the final stages of collectively coming out of the dream that seems to engulf it in a dangerous and inescapable physical environment in which its very survival is constantly threatened in innumerable and different ways. During this process, all of you must completely let go of everything you have been involved in and that is not in perfect alignment with God, with love, with your own true and eternal natures. The true nature of each of you will remain hidden as you choose to engage in thoughts, desires, or behaviors in which you judge, blame, or dishonor yourself or anyone else. As has been said so often, love unconditionally accepts all that God has created, and only what God created exists. Everything else is illusion. Yes, the illusion that brings them so much pain and suffering and where they often appear to be unfortunate and miserable victims of violence and negative judgments of others, while also striving to survive storms, earthquakes, eruptions, volcanoes, conflicts, accidents and personal physical illnesses, besides all the internal emotional turbulence that these situations provoke. Everything seems to them very, very real and, of course, that was the reason to build the illusion, to prove that they did not need God or love. They intentionally hid themselves from reality, from love, and were therefore obliged to pass through painful states. This experience in itself is certainly more than enough to prove to you that without God you could not be alive. Love is who and what each of you is. So when you believe that you are without Him, the pain that is extreme has to be buried and denied, and you getting involved with as many distractions as possible. Distractions that do not work. Being separated from your source, from life, and, as physical beings, everyone will eventually die. This is inevitable. It is absolutely terrifying. They are sentient beings and they think their consciences will be permanently closed down is something that many do not even want to think about. He may even accept that others die, but actually think and accept the inevitability of his own human deaths is very disturbing. Most humans spend their lives looking for love, saying and doing things that they think will make others come to love and appreciate it, always trying to avoid inevitable death. However, as you are well aware, this simply does not work. Love is the nature of each one of you. So the only place they will find it, it is within each one, eternally present and constantly offering itself to you. All you have to do is open your hearts to it and allow it to enter. They have suffered so many betrayals and negative and shameful judgments in the illusion that, as human beings, they are unable to trust themselves or others. They have imperious feelings of indignity and shame that cause them to believe that God could not love or accept them as they are, and that therefore they should do penance and good works in order to obtain His approval. However, as you have repeatedly been told, they are all, ever, one with God. They are divine and perfect creations, eternal and infinitely loved by their wise and loving Father. It is He, His love, who resides within you, because it is also each of you. Remember that separation does not exist. That is why they are sometimes informed of the necessity of daily entering into the sacred inner sanctuary of each one and allowing the love that exists there to embrace them. There is absolutely no possibility of being rejected. So, gather and allow yourself, feel the loving embrace in which you are warmly and eternally involved, and know that, besides, nothing is possible. Your loving brother, Jesus.